Well, I usually don't comment on, specific candidates in these in the political arena. I prefer to talk about issues, and regardless of how the different candidates stand on them, I usually like to spend the time on the issues rather than on the people involved in the particular races that are going on. But there's one element of this presidential election that I just have to jump in and comment on, and that is how Hillary Clinton is claiming her 8 years in the Clinton White House and her time spent in the governor's mansion in Arkansas as part of her experience that she would use to lead the country. And the media is giving her a total pass on it. The media and Barack Obama, everybody's giving her a total pass on it. Laura Bush does not have 12 years of executive experience in policy making because she's been the first lady these 8 years. It's totally ridiculous. But if Miss Clinton does want to claim this time as part of her experience, I think we should be allowed to question her about the things that went on during that time. And so I'd like somebody to ask her what was going on in Whitewater, for example. Subpoenaed billing records of the Rose Law Firm, which Hillary Clinton worked for and which was involved in Whitewater, mysteriously showed up in the White House in January 1996. Among the fingerprints on the records were those of Hillary Clinton. Okay, what was Miss Clinton doing with these subpoenaed billing records from the Rose Law Firm concerning the Whitewater case? What was going on there? And we have all kinds of other issues. Hillary invested $1,000 in cattle futures, turned into $100,000 very quickly. David Watkins, a Clinton aide, used a presidential helicopter to make golf trips, each of the helicopter trips costing taxpayers thousands of dollars. If this was part of her experience, and she was in an executive role in this administration, what was she doing, allowing this type of stuff to go on in her administration? And would she, continue these types of policies if she were elected to a second term? You have the various women that have accused Bill Clinton of making advances on her, and you have blatant attempts on the part of the Clinton administration to impugn the credibility and attack these women when he's turned around and admitted to two of the affairs in Jennifer Flowers and Monica Lewinsky, and he's been convicted of perjury for lying about Paula Jones. You also have Kathleen Willey and Juanita Broderick, who were Democrat supporters that came after a Democrat president. And so the Clinton administration quickly set about destroying these women's reputation. And, I think Ms. Clinton should answer to that, Why is it that they try to destroy people that come out and speak and stand up for themselves? The Clintons fired 7 White House travel office employees in favor of hiring cousins and friends. The employees were lifelong employees in good standing. After stating no other reason for the firings than that the employees were viewed as disloyal to the administration, officials began to question the White House. And then the White House had the FBI investigate the employees. Now, doesn't this sound eerily similar to Bush firing 7 U.S. attorneys? And wasn't Ms. Clinton part of the Congress that had the Attorney General Gonzalez up in front of multiple committees and hearings, just grilling this guy? And didn't it ultimately cause the resignation, his resignation? And here she is in an administration that she's claiming experience for, the same type of thing is going on. I think she needs to answer to that. You know, I think she needs to answer to what this paper calls Filegate. You'll all remember that this scandal of the Clinton administration involves the discovery of over 900 Republican FBI files in the White House. See, they're not supposed to be kept in the White House. They're supposed to be kept at FBI headquarters or somewhere where the FBI files them. Files on people such as former Secretary of State James Baker, Brent Snowcroft, Newt Gingrich's spokesman, were found on the list. The White House claimed that the files were mistakenly requested by a White House employee working with an outdated list, called a simple snafu. Investigations revealed that not a common White House worker, but the president's friend and close advisor Anthony Marseca had requested the files. The president... Okay, so is this the type of administration that, since she was an executive gaining experience in this administration, is this the type of thing that will continue in a second Clinton administration? Soon after lawyer Vince Foster committed suicide under mysterious circumstances, his office was cleared out. Along with his office went Whitewater billing records and several key pieces of evidence. Evidence suggests that the Clinton associate Bernard Nussbaum purposely delayed access to the office to investigators. Years after they had disappeared from Vince Foster's office, subpoenaed Whitewater billing records appeared in the White House. An aide stumbled across them sitting upon a table in the White House. Hillary's fingerprints were found on the documents. So what is all this shuffling around of documents from, the office of a Whitewater lawyer that had the possession of, subpoenaed records regarding a case that the president was being investigated for? They loaned out the Lincoln bedroom for one night at a time for a contribution of $150,000. And you could have coffee with the president for $50,000. Is this the type of the selling out of the American public that would go on in a second Clinton administration? You have communist China attempting to funnel money into the Clinton administration. You have all the dirty money taken from the Chinese in the first Clinton administration, and even now the second one. You have all the drug dealers and things that were pardoned. You have the vandals vandalizing the White House, and Bill and Hillary, taking silverware and furniture out of the White House on their way in. And you have Mark Rich being pardoned the night before the presidency ended. If this is experience, if she was involved in this administration to the point that she can claim these years as experience for her current campaign and say that she's more well prepared for the office due to the experience in this administration, I think she should have to answer to some of these things that went on during that administration. Yet the mainstream media has given her a total pass. And I have no idea why Barack Obama has not said one thing. Evidently, he's going to win this thing without even, beating her up on this. But it's totally ludicrous and ridiculous that she could claim years as a first lady in the state of Arkansas and as a United States president's wife as experience in running the country, making policy decisions or anything like that. And the projects we know she was involved in, like the first round of Hillary Care, were miserable failures. And if she wants to claim all this time as experience, we have several other things that did not turn out quite so well either. So you just have to be kidding me. It's got to be a terrible joke. There's no way she can claim this as her experience. And if she does, she's got a lot of questions to answer.